MJ. And guess what? And I will be unpacking and trying to get all my stuff together without really a chance to make a video and edit it and feel confident that it will look good or even, you know, passable, as most of my videos look just kind of passable. But last fall, I did a university pet peeves video. The things that I found really, really annoying while I was at university. And now I'm going to do my general pet peeves video. I was going to call this like what really bothers me, but it's just a pet peeves. It's things that, even if it's like a minor inconvenience, it's like things that really bug me. And I feel like everybody has pet peeves. Like everybody has things that bug them. Some people have, you know, like weird pet peeves. Some people just all share the same pet peeve. Like, I thought about putting this in 2 parts, but then I realized that that would be a terrible idea, because then it would just be me sitting staring at my camera for almost an hour over 2 parts to try to get this video. And I'm not going to dwell on a lot of them. I may, you know, talk about a few of them in more detail, but I'm not going to go into depth with them because I don't want this video to be 2 hours long, because it probably could be. I could probably go into depth about every single thing that I don't like, but that would just be annoying. Like, I wouldn't want to sit and watch a 2-hour video about how I am annoyed by everything, because that's sometimes how I feel. Just like everything is annoying. But I'm just going to run through a few of these, and I have them on my phone, so if I look down, I am trying to unlock my phone with my face. My first 2 are about driving, and again, I think I could do a whole video of me driving talking about pet peeves, but I feel like these 2 are the ones that really, really bother me, and that is like people who don't use their turn signals. You know, it's not hard. It's on the left side of your steering wheel. You go down for left and up for right, and it's not a hard concept to get on with, but people still don't use their turn signals. And I hate to tell you, but I am not a mind reader. I can't tell if you're just going to be like, ah, all right, middle of traffic, I'm going to go left, you know? And it's like, okay, I did not know you were going to do that. Please don't put my life in danger or the lives of the people around you in danger because you don't feel like using your turn signal. And believe me, I can guarantee you. And if yours doesn't work, go take it into a body shop and get it fixed. Seriously, it's not hard. Like, it just bugs me when people don't use their turn signal because you're sitting there like, you know what, I'm not a mind reader. I can't tell which way you were gonna go. I sometimes can't even tell which way I'm gonna go. And it's not that hard. It's one button. It's not even a button, it's a lever. You press it down and then you do nothing. And my next one is people who text and drive. I don't care if you're texting, I don't care if you're playing Pokemon Go, I don't care if you're sending an email, I don't care if you're sending a Snapchat. You should not be doing it while you're driving. Most cars and most phones, if you have a smartphone, has a voice-to-text option. You can tell your phone what to send somebody. And granted, that text to or voice to text option may have words that aren't exactly the same, but it's better than getting into a car accident because you're doing this while you're driving and not looking at the road. The road is there for a reason. The road was there before cell phones. Cars were there before cell phones. Therefore, if you're in a vehicle, you should not be texting and driving. Most cars even now have CarPlay, like sync. Like I have sync in my car, and it's there, and it's meant to keep your hands free. But people seem to forget that, and I just see people just texting and driving while, and I'm like, wait a minute. Don't put my life in danger because you want to send a text message. Not worth it. Also, texting and driving puts your life in danger. I don't care if you're sending a K to your best friend, or you're writing like the Magna Carta. I don't care what you're doing. Do not text and drive. Like, that's a huge pet peeve. But, you know, research has shown that if you drive distracted, you have a much higher percentage of being in a car accident. And, you know, right now, especially with all the snow and it's the middle of winter, there is no reason that your hand should be anywhere between besides 10 and 2 on your steering wheel. That's where your hand should be. That's where they should be. You should have both of your eyes on the road and your hands at 10 and 2. That's it. And I feel like it's like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. You were a teenager once. You texted and drove. Yeah, I did. It was a huge mistake. Don't do it. I feel like now I take for granted the fact that I can voice text because, you know, back in the day when we didn't have, oh my gosh, I'm going to age myself for a second. My first cell phone was not a touch screen. Like, mine was just the, like, 0 or 1 through 0 numeral. So you had to click like 6 times to get a letter that you wanted. So texting and driving was just really difficult and people didn't do it. Now, in the ages of smartphones, everybody can do it because you can do, like, I can do this and not even look at my screen and pretty much get the right word. But But I don't want to do that because I don't want to put my life or someone else's life in danger. Alright, so these, I feel like those two were like my big ones. Like, these could cause your life to end. But the rest of them are just kind of like really annoyances for me and pet peeves. Alright, I wear my hair in a top knot, you know, like right up here, quite frequently, just because it's out of my face and I don't have to deal with it. I think it's because my hair is not long enough, but who cares? I can never get a perfect top knot. You know how that like messy top knot that looks good on like most people, and there's me and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody send help. I can never get it to look really cute. Like, I have all these like flyaways and I look like I've been electrocuted. I don't look cute. I look like I've been electrocuted. And I just wish I could do that top knot, that really cute messy top knot bun that everybody seems to be able to do but me. Oh my gosh. Okay, again, I feel like some of these are like beauty problems, because you know what, like I said in my makeup tutorial, that I can't do makeup to save my life. I didn't know how to do my makeup until like 3 or 4 years ago, but I am not a fan of a lot of eyeliner. I knew girls in school, like I used to wear it under my eye because I thought I was one of those kids. You know, I lived through the emo kid generation. I mean, that was like the prime. I was in the middle of that, like 2005 through like 2008, just emo. So I was in middle and high school at that point. And so like I know people still who wear like half their eye as eyeliner, and I'm just like, okay. I understand that you're trying to get a great cat eye, and I understand that, yeah, you can't get your wing right, but I can't do a cat eye to save my life. I cannot do a cat eye to save my life. So I kind of gave up on it, and I just like put eyeshadow there now, and that's kind of what I did today. You know, if you can go like this and you look like a raccoon, is it worth it? Is it worth it to look like a raccoon if you go like this? And guess what? Eyeliner everywhere. I call it the winter soldier look. I do. I've actually said that to friends where I'm just like, man, if you had to rub your eye right now. Too much makeup in general. I went to school with, I went to a small affiliated school. And granted, you know what, it wasn't a huge deal. I went to a small enough university that you knew about half the population no matter what. And I would see people like going to like an 8 a.m. class looking like they just got out of like a Broadway show or like a Vegas show, and I'm like, man, this is not Cirque du Soleil. You are not winning a Tony tonight. Like, please just stop wearing, you know, 10,000 coats of lipstick for like I would see people just like walking to class doing their makeup, and I'm like, man, I would fall over. But you know what, unless you're doing like a play, unless you're wearing stage makeup on a stage, it's too much. It's too much. But too much makeup, I mean, there's like a limit. Like, if you're wearing like a night look during the day, you're gonna look funny. Like, I wouldn't consider wearing all of this during the day. I wouldn't. Like, this is specifically because I'm filming. Like, I'm wearing quite a bit of makeup right now, and I don't like wearing makeup all that much. Like, it's very pretty and it's very nice. And it's always just like, well, guys will say, well, this is your natural face. Oh, really? Really? This is my natural face? It took me an hour to do this. What are you talking about? Okay, so these next few, like, those are kind of my beauty ones, and I feel like the next ones are just like life. And I'm just gonna run like straight through these because some of them it's like, alright, cool. Starbucks. I get almond milk when I go to Starbucks. I get almond milk. I'm not doing it to be trendy. I'm doing it so I don't throw up. I can't have regular milk. I am lactose intolerant. Great, I don't care. I will pay the extra 70 cents to get almond milk, which I think is ridiculous. 70 extra cents because I can't drink regular milk. And then they're just like, do you want whipped cream? And I'm just like, wait, why would I ask for almond milk if I wanted whipped cream? Unless you have a non-dairy whipped cream, that really should answer your question. I've asked you for a non-dairy milk. Wouldn't it make sense that maybe I don't want dairy whipped cream? And I know people do that to be trendy, where they'll be like, well, can I get an almond milk latte with whipped cream? And I'm like, wait a minute, do you not know that there's milk in whipped cream, or are you just doing it to be trendy? Because I can't drink regular milk. I can't like go to a Starbucks and be like, yeah, can I get a latte? No, I have to say, can I get a latte with almond milk? And then they look at me like, do you really need almond milk, or are you just doing it because that's what's trendy? No, I'm doing it because I have to have almond milk or I'm going to get upset. And I really don't want to spend my afternoon with my intestines trying to rebel against my body. Thank you, Starbucks. That's my thing. It's just like, oh, well, it's 70 extra cents. I don't care. I don't care that it's 70 extra cents or 80 extra cents or whatever. I don't have a choice. And I feel like that's such an issue, is it's like, I don't have a choice. So why am I being penalized because my body can't handle dairy? Why? Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm just recording for like 3 days. Okay, I have my degree in communications. I do, it's great. I'm radio and TV. So I will use, I have Sirius XM in my car, and I have, of course, the AM FM dial, and I'll run through my FM stations that I have, and they're all relatively pop stations and contemporary hits and all that. And I hate when you scroll through 4 or 5 stations and they're playing different parts of the same song, or they're playing the same 3 songs over and over again, and I'm like, wait a minute. I understand this song is popular, but that's how you get song burnout so fast. I can't listen to half the music that I really, really enjoy because I've heard it too many times. Like that Happy by Justin Timberlake, I hate that song now. I loved it when it first came out, but I feel like that's I've heard it 7,000 times and I'm just like, I don't like it anymore. I don't like it at all. No, Happy was by Pharrell. Can't Stop This Feeling was Justin Timberlake. That was a mistake, but they're both. I feel like that's just my brain just went to both of those songs and I was like, but there are so many songs that I'm just like, man, I've heard this song 6 times today. 6 times today. And I've only been listening to the radio for an hour. And it's just there are plenty of other songs, and I know that they have licenses to a bunch of other songs, but they don't play them. So glad I can lock my phone with my face. You know, and this is, I feel like there's I have different sections that I wrote these in. Commercials. Most of the time I don't mind commercials. Some of them are funny. There's a couple that I'm just that's really funny. I really like that commercial. But what really bugs me about commercials is when you're watching a TV show, you know, the TV volume is like this, and then it gets to the commercial and it's just and you're just like, wait a minute. I was kind of falling asleep during the TV show, and then the commercial just wakes you right up because it's 3 times louder. And I understand they do that so you watch the commercials, but that's so annoying. It's so annoying to be all right, I'm just watching my TV show and I'm kind of half paying attention, or I'm really into it, and then all of a sudden the first commercial's really soft. It's really, really, really soft. And then the next one is really, really loud, and you're just like, wait a minute. Please don't jar my system like that, because I am not okay with it. But, I wish they could just kind of level the volume. That would be beautiful. Just all of it be level. That would be absolutely lovely. I feel like these last 2, I had to read my last one because I was just like, what? But the second to last one, I have 2 more. 2 more, and I've been filming for an hour. My memory card, I had to get a 16 gigabyte memory card because they ran out of 32s at Target, and I'm just watching my my count just go down really, really quickly. Movie adaptations of books being done poorly. I feel like I am an avid reader. I am, and I always really like when they make movies into books into movies, because you get to see the characters that you love brought to life. I grew up with Harry Potter. I did. I grew up with Harry Potter. I grew up with the Lord of the Rings series. The Hobbit's been out for several years now. I was a teenager when Twilight was a huge thing, but I feel like there are scenes and things from movies, or they add things, and it's just wow, that's nothing like the book. Where did that come from? How did you get that idea? And I understand, it's creative licensing, and if I was to make certain books into movies, I feel like I would take those creative licenses as well. But there are some times when it's okay, wait a minute. So you added a character specifically for a romantic interest, and I always find that to be really not good. I'm not a fan of that. And most of the time it's you're taking these characters and it's just you're whittling them down to a pretty face, and that's always really bothered me. Alright, so last one. I feel like this came up because of sports, and I saw a Tumblr post really similar to this, and it was how is it okay that people can know their stats about all their favorite players, but if you like geeky things, if you know all the episodes of a season of a TV show you like, or you know all the things about a character you like, you're shamed for it. And I agree with that. I'm a sports fan. I'm a hockey fan. I've been a hockey fan since I was a kid, and I'll watch football if it's on. Don't ask me to tell you about it, because it's very confusing for me. It's just a bunch of guys running after a ball, hoping to catch it, and then running into the end zone. That's literally all I know about football. I feel like I know more about football. It's just I don't know enough to make educated comments about it. But I feel like if I was to say, yeah, man, I know all this stuff about Harry Potter, people look at me like, that's weird. Why would you know all that stuff? Because you have what you like, and I have what I like, and it's okay. It is okay for me to know all of these things about Doctor Who. And it's okay for you to know all the things about your favorite sports team. Like, but do not shame me because I know those things. Don't call me a nerd. Don't call me a geek. You know what? Yeah, well, I am. But don't call me names because you don't have the same interests as me. I don't look at a football fan and say, man, I can't believe they know all the stats. Like, that's so lame. Why would you want to know all the stats? It's taking that and saying football and sports are more normative than other parts of our culture. And if we don't feel the same way that you do because you're part of the normative group of fans, that we're less than you. I feel like that's been an issue for a while, is like, oh, you know, comic book conventions. Well, okay, people are paying $15,000 to go to the Super Bowl when I could pay, you know, I don't know how much Comic-Con tickets are, but say I wanted to go to Comic-Con, I could spend a lot less money and fly across the country to go meet some of my favorite celebrities, or not really meet them, but like hear them speak, or, you know, even do meet and greets, or meet people who have the same interests as I do, instead of going, you know, to a 3-hour game where people drink a lot and you watch a bunch of people throw football around. And I have no problem with football, but I like watching it from my couch. I do. I like watching it from my couch. You know why? I can get snacks whenever I want. And I don't have to deal with all the screaming and all the crowds. And that's kind of a thing for me. But I don't like, it's a huge pet peeve for me when someone like deliberately shames you for the things that you enjoy because it's not something that they enjoy or that they view to be part of the normative culture, the dominant normative culture. And I feel like that's been a huge pet peeve of mine for a very long time. But that is all my pet peeves for today. I have been filming, I think, for half an hour on this video. Cutting this down is going to be fun. It's really not. It's not going to be fun. I don't know why I'm telling you it's going to be fun because it's really not going to be fun. But I am pre-filming this video because by the time you guys are watching this, like I said, I will be in a new city, in a new apartment. Hopefully next week will be my moving vlog, which I think I mentioned in last week's video. I can't remember, even though I filmed it like 25 minutes ago or half hour ago, however long I've been filming this. I will see you guys next week. I hope you have a great week. If you share any of my pet peeves, or if you have any opinions on my pet peeves, you know what? Go ahead and leave a comment below. You can like this video, you can subscribe to my channel to see what else I get up to and see all my future videos. I'm really hopeful that this year's videos will go really well. I have pretty much until June planned out, but that could change because life happens. Life gets in the way. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you next week with another video. But until then, you can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Twitter. But until then, I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you guys next week with another video. So until then, bye!